I still have joy. You may be seated in the presence of God. Out of all that I've been through, I still have joy. Out of all that I've been through, I still have joy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Out of all that I've been through, I still have joy. Out of all that I've been through, I still have joy. As we begin to look at the text and topic in this house on this morning, there are individuals who took the time out of their so busy schedules, even in the midst of spring break and all of the vacationing that is going on, took the time to come seeking and searching and reaching out for a word from their man of God on this morning that will in turn unfold to them all of the miseries and mysteries that life seems to have a hold on. But in the midst of, I still have joy. Curtis the drummer, I ain't gonna be long, 5 minutes, we closing. As a matter of fact, before the word joy come out of my mouth on this morning, somebody was debating with the disarrays and disadvantages that life is throwing at them. Yes. I'm going to pause for the calls right there, and I'm going to ask a question in this house on this morning. Is there anybody that can be honest enough to get on your feet and give God the praise because you recognize and you realize that you're in a season where you're going through? Your money is a little funny, your change is strange, things are not going so well on the job, but even in the midst of what you're going through, you still don't mind getting on your feet and giving God the praise. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I'm going through, but I'm still praising God. I'm going through, but I'm still praising God. But when you know that there is a God who sits high, you do know that God sits high and he looks low. You do know that, don't you? That even though you're going through, you may be in a low season right now, we serve a God who sits high and looks low. What do you mean, Pastor? We serve a God that sits high and looks low. In other words, in spite of you dealing with whatever you're dealing with, by God being God and his name being Lord, which simply means sovereign, which simply means that he is over it, God is he's still there. You saved, you sanctified, you filled with the Holy Ghost, you pray, you tithe, you praise, you worship. But even in the midst of you doing all of these things and you have become kingdom-minded, God says that none of us are exempt from going through. How many of you can be honest enough to say, sometimes I have to go through in order that I might get to. Sometimes God will allow us to go through some stuff in order to get us to a certain place. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I'm going to get there if I have to get there all by myself. I'm getting there.
Yes.
But when you know that there is a God who sits high and looks low, that he gave us a son who was that supreme sacrifice, that in the midst of being manipulated, mistreated, and misunderstood, that in time hung out for our hang-ups on Calvary, that in spite of was beaten, battered, and bruised for our iniquities. But it does not matter what's going on. It doesn't matter what's going on around me, because what I've got stirred up on the inside of me. Is there anybody that can be honest enough to say, you know what, there's a lot I have going on around me, but I'm so glad that I have something on the inside of me. And every now and then, I have to dig down deep and stir up the gift that is on the inside of me to deal with the stuff that's on the outside of me. And throughout everything that I have experienced in this thing called life, man, I still have joy. Just look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I've been through some stuff, but I still have joy. Somebody says, Pastor, you sure know what to say. Truth be told, here I am. I came to church on this morning half empty, but when I leave, I'm going to leave on overfull. I ain't never been this broke, Pastor, but I still have joy. Got my taxes and owe everybody, but I still have joy. Car right now creeping towards E, but I still have. Does anybody in this house on this morning have joy? If that's you in this house, get on your feet for 30 seconds and just praise God to the maximum in this place on this morning. Look at your neighbor. Come on, drummer. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I still have joy. Open up your mouth and praise God in this house. Don't you let no demon take away your spirit. Know that God is for you. I still have joy. And then this, what do you mean, Pastor? This joy that I have. The world didn't give it to me. Truth be told, I don't owe nobody but Jesus. I don't owe nobody but Jesus. You didn't do it for me. I love you to the world, to the moon, and back. But truth be told, I don't owe nobody but Jesus. Because if it had not been for the Lord on my side, I could have came up a long time ago. Yes, right. I don't owe nobody but Jesus for this joy. I don't care how bad it gets. Amen. You ain't getting my joy. Look at your neighbor, tell your neighbor, you ain't getting my joy. What do you mean? What's so good about your joy? I'm glad you asked the question. This joy that I have, he made a way where there was no way. It's called Jesus joy. It don't matter what you go through, you still got it. Look at your neighbor, tell your neighbor, I got Jesus joy. Joy has been defined as the source and object of God. In other words, you can't have joy without God, and without God, there is no joy. I just said a mouthful right there. You can't have joy without God, and without God, there is no joy. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I hope you got joy. Joy has been determined as confidence. Confidence in God. Anybody got confidence in God? But in today's terminology, joy is simply spelled out this way. J equals Jesus, O equals over, Y equals you. So when you spell out joy, you're simply saying that Jesus is over you. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor everything will be all right. In this life, people are showing a lack of joy because of situations. How many times have you had to fake a smile and you was hurting on the inside? How many times have you had to act like you had it and you really did not have it? How many times did you have to look well and you really did not feel well? You want to know the reason why you was able to do that? It's because you recognize and you realize that when you didn't have it, God had it. Yes, sir. It's because you recognize and you realize who your Lord and your Savior is. David here in the text, the text is a very familiar passage of scripture, was proclaiming that in spite of what he's been through, he still got confidence in God. Y'all know the story of David. Y'all know all that David went through. Amen. David was the last choice. All right. And sometimes in life, you have to be last in order to experience what it is to be first. You do know that the word says that someday that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. In this, out of all that David had experienced in his life, one thing that David had was supreme confidence in God. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, you gotta have it, you gotta have it. But there's still three things in the text that David begins to pull out that expresses what joy will do for you. First off in the text, David was expressing that joy will provide. Okay. In other words, when nothing else will show up, David was saying right there in verse 1, David was saying the Lord is. And I don't know who I'm talking to in this house on this morning, but let me just deposit in your spirit, regardless of what you're dealing with, let me deposit three words in your spirit. The Lord is. I don't know who I'm talking to in this house on this morning. You've been praying for a better situation. You've been praying for things to ease up. But I want you to go ahead and recognize and get on your feet and tell the Lord thank you in advance. And while you praising God, just shout out to your neighbor, the Lord is. Yes, the Lord is. Ain't no need worrying about it. Ain't no need stressing yourself out. Just look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, the Lord is. I ain't worried about these kids. I ain't worried about the job. I ain't worried about the situation. Somebody help me in this house and just shout, the Lord is. Hallelujah, the Lord is. Well, what is he, Martha? He's a provider. Oh, yeah. He's a, that's why I got joy. Because when you press and ignore, when you acting like you hadn't received my call, when you won't respond to my text, there is somebody by the name of Jehovah Jireh. Y'all do know that he is a God of many names. He's Jehovah Jireh. In other words, he is your provider. Okay, let me help you out this way. I just had the opportunity of working at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. I've been there in May, going on 20 years. And one thing that excited me about getting the job at Vanderbilt many years ago was simply because I heard. You know how it is when you hear something. So when you hear something, you begin to investigate. So the one thing that excited me about Vanderbilt University Medical Center is that I heard that they had, let me put it where you all can understand it. I heard that they had some 5 benefits. I heard that they had, let me correct it, some great benefits. In this, I understood where my life was at because I heard that they also had a college tuition referral to where they would pay up to 70% of your children's college tuition. I heard. So in the midst of it, the reason why I was seeking and searching out for a job with good benefits, see, sometimes you have to take a pay cut just for the benefits. I'm trying to help somebody in this house on this morning. Here you are thinking that money is everything. No, money is not everything. I'll take a $2 pay cut just for some good benefits. So I heard, I heard what they had to offer. And I think here in the text, J.K., David, out of all that he had been through, he heard some things. Oh, I know I'm in the text. He heard some things. So when David had heard about how good God was, what he done was, Brother Robert, this is what he done. When he heard about how good God was, David just simply claimed it. That's what he done. When he heard about how good God was, the first 3 words out of his mouth was, the Lord is. And I'm trying to help somebody in this house on this morning. Baby, all you got to do is just claim Jesus and everything else will take care of itself. Is there anybody that can be honest enough to say, you know what, Pastor, I'm claiming Jesus on this year. I'm just claiming Jesus. He'll fix the situation out. He'll work the situation out. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, claim Jesus. When you claim him, he is the head of the household. Oh yeah. But David here, there was something that he heard, so he began to claim Jesus. He said, the Lord is. Now, oftentimes in life, it doesn't matter where you go, we get sick in life, and when we begin to go to the doctor, they really don't want to hear all about what you got at first. First thing that they ask you, they know you're sick and everything, but in the doctor's mindset, they want to know how they're going to get paid. So the first thing I'm trying to teach that, then we're going to go. Listen, the first thing when you go to the doctor, I don't care if it's the mini clinic, stay away from those, a doctor in the box. I don't care if it's the mini clinic or whatever it is. When you go to the doctor, there's one question that they ask you. Who's your provider? Oh, I'm trying to help somebody in this house on this one. They know you're sick and everything, but they want to know who your provider is because they want to know how they're going to get paid after they get through rendering this service. But David wanted to proclaim to individuals after he heard about Jesus. Jesus gave him this joy, and in this he found out that he would provide. So he establishes in the text he had supreme confidence that this joy that he had, he will provide. Pastor, how do you know that David was proclaiming that he will provide? First off, he says that the Lord is my shepherd. You know how it is in life. Once you put claim on something, oh, that's yours. That's my man. That's my woman. That's that. And out there, Talk to me, church. David said that the Lord is my shepherd. Amen. David understood. He understood the chronological order of God. He understood that it was the shepherd's job to lead. So he understood that God was over it, and he was saying, as long as I recognize and realize that the Lord is my shepherd, he says, I shall not want. In other words, he was taking ownership over whom his provider is. He takes pride in his provider. Sometimes in life, we'll put people on the pedestal and they ain't doing nothing. But you just don't want nobody to know they ain't doing nothing because of what you have presented in life. But David said, regardless of what anybody had to say, he had supreme confidence on whom his provider was. He takes pride. He begins to talk about, you know how it is in life when you got something good. Oh, you want to talk about it. You want to talk about it when it's good to you. You want to talk about it. He does this and she does that. That's what David began to do in the text. He says, first off, I recognize that he's my shepherd. Yeah. He says, then let me tell you how good he is to me. He says, I shall not want. Oftentimes in life, there's a many of us who have brought these words out of our mouth. Baby, when you get with me, you'll never want for nothing. But I want you to know in this house on this morning, when you get with Jesus, you'll never want for nothing. What do you mean, Pastor? I'll never want for nothing. Because when you get with Jesus, you can ask and it shall be given unto you. You can seek and you shall find. You can knock and look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, get with Jesus. Get with Jesus and you will want for nothing. So he said, I shall not want. In other words, he says, the joy of the Lord keeps me from wanting. Wait a minute, Pastor. Wait. You mean to tell me, because I understand Scripture, I'm kingdom-minded. The Bible says that my God shall supply all of my needs. Now you telling me that this same God, not only will he provide or supply all of my needs, you're telling me, Pastor, that this same God will cover my wants? Oh yeah, if you serve God to the fullest, not only shall he supply all of your needs, but God will keep you from being in want. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I don't want for anything. I don't want for anything. Not only will God supply my needs, but he keeps me from wanting.
Yes. All right.
So he says, the Lord is my shepherd.
All right.
In other words, in his divinity, he was a divine provider. That's why he's a God of many names. Jehovah Jireh. We'll want no more because he provides. So after David understand, we're dealing with the 3 steps of joy. Joy will provide. Secondly, joy will guide. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, joy will guide. Joy. In other words, after God provides for us, he'll guide us. How many of you all have said in your prayers, Lord, just guide me, just guide me? How many of you be honest enough to say, you know what, man, I've been in such a crazy season, I just throw my hands up and I say, Lord, it's yours. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. I just need you to guide me. And when you begin to talk to God and ask the Lord to guide you, he will guide you. Amen. Joy will guide you. In life, every now and then, y'all, we get a little thrown off.
Yes.
And the church says, every now and then we get a little off path. But when we begin to get off path, that's when God will step in. He'll step in and he'll give us the guidance that we need. Sometimes in life, we like Paul. We just make the wrong decision. Anybody ever been like that? Anybody ever been down that road? Sometimes we just make the wrong decisions and we get by ourselves and we ask ourselves the question, Lord, what was I thinking? Anybody ever been down that road? What was I thinking? Why Why did I do this? Why? What was I thinking? And then God will give us some kind of strength and some kind of help to let us know, even though we may have made the wrong decision, he will guide us and get us back on path. Yes, sir. David said in verse 2, he says, he maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Then he comes back and he said, he leadeth me beside the still waters. David says not only will God provide, but secondly, God will guide. Think about this. He making me to lie down. So I was made to lie down. In other words, sometimes in life we're moving too fast. How many of y'all have been a victim of that? You just moving too fast and you have to share with somebody, even though they might have got upset with you, didn't talk to you for a week or so, it'll be all right. You do one or two things, deal with it or get over it or deal with it. But sometimes in life we move too fast. So when we go through those seasons where God is thinking that we're moving too fast, he will put us in a position to where we have to lie down. Listen where I'm going with this. So when we begin to lie down, that's God's way of taking the lead and leading us to where we need to be. What do you mean, Pastor? He leaded me beside the still waters. He leaded me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yes, sir. Here it is right here. It's like at nighttime when you got something on your mind. You're sleeping, but you're not getting any rest. Right. Anybody ever been down that road? Yes, David expresses his need to slow down. I think because David realized he was doing a whole lot, but he wasn't going nowhere. But he understood that he needed guidance. And you know how it is in life, especially with man, we're prideful. We ain't gonna ask nobody for nothing. We are prideful. But sometimes in life, pride get in the way. In other words, you know you messed up right now. So you have to put your pride down. You have to ask God to give you strength and give you guidance. And then once God gives you that strength and the guidance, then you begin to understand what is going on in your life. There's nothing wrong with a little guidance. So David said, look, I've been messed up before. Got out there all by myself. Man, it caused me to get off into a situation. He said, first off, he called me to put one of my homeboys on the front line because I wanted his wife. And then I got in a fix because of my thought pattern, got him killed, ended up with a baby. She had the baby, then the baby died. That's Bible. So David realized, he said, I've been messed up before. Wait a minute, God. I don't want to go down that same old road because I remember when I was messed up. I remember, he said, so Lord, he said, what I need right now is a little guidance. Look to your neighbor and tell your neighbor, ain't nothing wrong with asking the Lord for guidance. Ain't nothing wrong with man with asking the Lord. I ask God for guidance on a daily basis. I'm kind of like juvenile. I need it in my life. Come put it in my life. I got to have it. Lord, give me guidance. So, David needed a little guidance. He said, beside still waters. And I was kind of wondering, he leaded me beside the still water. Water was made to move. Am I right about it? Kind of made me think there's something that I have back in my office. The deaconess blessed me with it many years ago. One went back, got it up. And it's a fountain. And sometimes y'all have to get away from everything and everybody. I love y'all, but I have to get away from y'all. Amen. My job is my job, but I have to get away from it. My home is my home, but I have to get away from it. The church house is a place of stability that I can come to regardless of how bad of a day I had. I can come to the church house. Sometimes I can hide and sometimes I can't, because there are those that drive down the street, and if they see the truck or the car, they see any sign that pastor's here, they're going to wear the church for me.
All right.
But sometimes the church and my office is a place of hell. So they blessed me with this fountain. Now I understand. Water is a sign of peace. If you can hear water, water is a sign of peace and restoration. So what I'll do if I'm on overload, or as my mama bear would say, Pastor, you're amped up. If I'm amped up, I will get to the fountain back there, turn on the switch, and I sit back in my chair and kick my feet up and just listen to the fountain. Sometimes you have to do that in life. That's why David says, he leaded me beside the still water. Water was a sign of peace and restoration. He restored. In other words, guidance will bring you back. Guidance will bring you back. You remember that time in life when you almost lost your mind? But you remember a prayer, or you heard an old gospel song. See, the gospel music can do something to me that can't no other music do. I love Luther and all of them. I love some Luther. But gospel music can always get me back on track. Am I the only one that can be honest enough to say gospel music? I can turn that radio. Gospel music will always get me back on track.
Amen. Amen.
David says, I needed a little peace and a little restoration. But the reason why David says that I still have joy is because David recognized and realized he could have lost his mind. Go back and look at the history of David. Go back and look at your life. All of us in here, we have a what-if moment in our life.
Yes, sir.
All of us in here, we got a moment that we can look back over our life and recognize and realize that we could have lost our mind. Now, I don't know about you all, but I can be honest enough to tell the Lord right now, Lord, I thank you, because I recognize and I realize when I look back over my life, I recognize and I realize I could have lost my mind if it had not been for you. So joy will provide.
Yes, it will.
Secondly, joy will guide.
Yes, sir.
Last but not least, joy will hide.
Yes, sir.
So it'll guide, it will provide,
Yes, sir.
and it will hide.
All right, Watchman.
So after providing, after guiding,
All right.
continually joy will hide.
All right.
The scripture text says in verse 4,
All right, Watchman.
and I'm done. The scripture text says, yea, though I walk. Let me ask this question. As I get ready to close, I leave with you. Has there ever been a time in your life when you felt like giving up? You felt like you was looking at death. You felt like death was all around you. If you in this place and you be honest enough to say that there was a time in my life that I felt like death was around me. I felt like death was over me. But I looked up towards heaven and I told the Lord, I said, Lord, keep me from death. Grab your neighbor's hand and tell your neighbor, sometimes I'll wake up and I feel like death. Sometimes I go to work and I look like death. Sometimes is looking from heaven, making a way. I heard that God can be held in the time of trouble. I heard that God hears your prayer. I heard that God answers your prayer. I heard that God will make a way somehow as we get ready to leave His place. Do me this one thing. Go around and hug people and tell them, after all I've been through, after all I've been through, I still have joy. I heard that we've been made poor for a night. I heard the joy comes in the morning. I heard that God can and will make a way. I heard if God before me, He's more than the world against me. I heard all you got to do is give God the glory. Repeat after me. After all I've been through, I still have joy. When you got the joy of Jesus, I heard it'll make you walk right. When you got the joy of Jesus, I heard it'll make you talk right. When you got the joy of Jesus, I heard it'll make you live right. Grab your neighbor and tell your neighbor, joy, Jesus, joy, yeah, I heard that He heals the lily of the valley. I heard that He heals the bright and morning star. I heard that He heals Alpha and Omega. Yeah, won't He do it? Yeah, won't He do it? Won't He do it? Really won't He? I heard that He God is for me. He's more than the world against me. Somebody shout yeah. I heard that He heals. Y'all excuse me now. I'm about to preach my own self-happy. I think I'm time to put this